Hello, this is the first list review for the Danish Nationals 2022, and this is for Mathias. Matthias is a new-ish player from the club that I play in, the Basement Club, where he has joined us in the last year, and he is dead set on becoming a competitive player using Germans. And this is what he's doing as well for the Danish nationals. He has taken a dual platoon, two platoons of German, and most of it has an SS spin. So there's a theme running through this as well. I'll go through the list and maybe have some input along the way. He starts out with an inexperienced second SS lieutenant. This is something you can do when you're running SS, and it's the only place where if you're running Germans, you can buy the cheapest possible lieutenant and avoid that lieutenant tax. So an interesting choice. Then he has two SS Pioneers with a flamethrower and a Panzerfaust. I'm guessing that these need some transport, because it's quite small units, 5-man units, so they are there to basically deliver that flamethrower and Panzerfaust to the side of a Sherman. The final infantry unit of the first platoon is a Waffen-SS Aufklärungssquad with 3 Panzerfausts. Again, this is a small platoon, mainly there to be transported up and then thrown at the side of something and kill it. Mathias is correctly predicting, I think, that there will be quite a bit of armor at the Danish Nationals. We have allowed tank platoons and we have allowed multi-platoons, so people can bring quite a lot of armor if they can fit it into their 1,000 points. And he is definitely trying to ensure himself against that here. The Panzerfaust in the SS Pioneers is mainly there because it's one Panzerfaust, right? Mainly there just to frighten people away. But the 3 Panzerfausts in the Aufklärungssquad, that is there to kill stuff, right? So an interesting choice here as well. He's going to need a lot of transport, and he does have that. Because if I scroll down his list here, the next thing that he chooses is a flak Zwilling with a gun shield. These are really, really good. If you haven't faced them yet, do. They will shred almost all armor, if it's low armor, especially like what I usually run, 8+ armor. They'll just slice right through it. That's 2 heavy autocannons with a gun shield and a rotating platform. It's extremely good. And then comes his transport, which is a regular truck with an MMG, a heavy field car with no MMG, and a Waffen-SS Aufklärungs-Swimwagen with an MMG. The only thing that I'm really in doubt about here is the swim wagon, because it's veteran. Do you really need that, Mathias? I'm not sure if there's like a special rule that you have to have this swim wagon in order to get something else, but it seems to me excessive to have that veteran transport, unless you're going to outflank it, which you might do. Then it would be clever, but if you're just placing it on the board, it doesn't really need to be veteran. Yeah. Second platoon, basically the same as the first. We have the inexperienced second lieutenant. We have 2 pioneer squads with flamethrower and Panzerfaust, and then another flak Zwilling. So he has 2 flaks. this is actually where it sort of gets good against air observers as well, right? Because if you have that's four autocannons firing at an airplane coming in, you're pretty likely to hit it, and you're pretty likely to make it go away. Then he has an armored car, the SDKF set 259, which I believe has a light autocannon. I may be wrong there, but it's always good to have an armored car, something that can recce, something where you can sort of push it up better than you can with just static artillery, right? And then a Renault Wurfrahmen, which, if you don't know this is a very small tank. It's light, but it has a multi-launcher. So again, we have something mobile that can really threaten the enemy. And a multi-launcher here is something that would encourage the enemy to spread out, right? So that Mathias don't hit multiple units at a time. But if you spread out, and he has this many trucks mounting this many SS Pioneers with flamethrowers, he can hit one part of your army. Especially since this second platoon also has 2 trucks with MMGs. So it's a flamer barbecue list with a mobile part that is truck mounted and can really move up. They have a long threat range. They 12 inches with a truck, going out 6 inches, shooting the flamethrower 6 inches. That's 24 inches of a threat range. That's pretty long. So if he can move them up and then sling them up and kill stuff, this could really work. The only thing I'm in doubt about, Mathias, is that swim wagon. And you yourself ask me about the MMGs on your trucks. They're really cheap. They're extra cheap because they're German. I think you should keep them. And once you have delivered your payload of Pioneers, move them back a bit, and then just start shooting out. Shooting. Use them as mobile machine guns. I think they could work. So, a very interesting list, an interesting take that tries to make Germans competitive. It has been a difficult road to get Germany to become really competitive, at least in our meta. But I think we're finally onto something. And at least that flak swilling there, that's a horror for me, personally. That's it. Cheers. Bye.